I will give the floor to Irene Jay Liu from News Lab. She's the lead of this News Lab from APAC in Google.
Thank you
Irene,
so
you have
much.
the floor.
Thank you, Dr. Briand, and thank you so much to the organizers at the World Health Organization for giving us the opportunity to talk about the importance of collaboration between health providers, disseminators of information, educators, civil society, journalism, and of course the tech sector. I think one of the features, if I can start from kind of a high level of the pandemic, is that really one of the most difficult aspects, I think, of the pandemic has been the isolation that people have felt. They are physically separated from loved ones and family, and also from the traditional institutions that would provide them with information. And I think that this is why we've seen an acceleration of the importance of technology in bringing people together, as well as disseminating information. This is a trend that started basically since the internet began decades ago, but really this pandemic has really increased this. And as we see more and more people come online around the world, this is becoming an increasingly important issue. And I think that one of the features of where technology stands is in constantly focusing on the user, meeting the user where they are, and taking opportunity in those moments to provide high quality information. I personally can speak from the position of Google, which is where I work, and the partnerships that we have built across many different sectors, including NGOs, as well as civil society, journalism, and others. And I think that one of the things that we really feel is crucial to this work is the importance of understanding where people are coming from when they come to our products. So when they come to Google, when they come to search, they are seeking answers to questions. And we feel it is a very, very deep responsibility of ours to ensure that when they come to us with those questions, that we can provide them with the highest quality authoritative information as possible. And that we acknowledge that these sources not only have to be trustworthy by a kind of universal standard, but also understand the local nuances of where trust comes from. And so that's why we've been so appreciative and grateful for our partnerships with the World Health Organization and other sectors of society to be able to provide that high quality information when people come to us. And I can speak on behalf of all other, many other tech companies as well. We recently had a panel with TikTok, ByteDance, with Facebook, WhatsApp, and other tech companies. And the overarching theme from that discussion, which I know that is going to be linked to, that you should take a look at, is the importance of collaboration and understanding the user and meeting them where they are. Just to give a few concrete examples of how we do this at Google, we of course have a number of products. One of the key features is Google search. So when people are coming to search, they're actually seeking answers to questions. They're seeking information. And so it was really important to us very early on to partner with the World Health Organization and other health authorities to ensure that when people are seeking information, that they were getting the highest quality authoritative information possible. And so what we did was we created a user experience, a specific page, a designated page that featured information from trustworthy, credible sources, as well as infographics and other formats of visual representation that would be useful to users. In addition to that, we on YouTube, people are seeking information not just through text, but also through video now. And so we wanted to make sure that as people went to YouTube to search information, that they would receive prompts for high quality authoritative information, even if they're seeking, if they're looking for other types of content as well. And so when someone searches for any COVID-19 related information on YouTube, they would be served with a flag that would show, a link to the World Health Organization and other local health organizations as well. And those prompts from information panels on YouTube have been viewed 400 billion times since we've launched that product. This also is the case For Google News, we've designated a special section on COVID-19. Google Maps, I mean, it's amazing now when you think about the way that people consume information. It's not just about text and video and photographs, it's also about geography and finding information that way. Another thing that has been really important to us is giving the opportunity for authoritative sources to be able to proactively reach out to audiences as well, which is why since the pandemic began, we've actually given over $250 million in ad grants to help more than 100 government agencies around the world run critical public service announcement campaigns about COVID-19. And actually we just announced, I believe, it depends on where you are in the world, but about a day ago, we announced an additional $15 million in ad grants specifically to the World Health Organization to assist in their global campaign. But these are product features. I think that really at the core of what we really wanted to do is to help to support this ecosystem of information sharing that is the focus of this whole conversation and this whole conference. We don't think that technology alone can solve any of these issues. Certainly we, as a company, spend a lot of time focusing on user behavior, understanding users, and understanding our products and building our products around that. We believe that kind of user-centric focus is very helpful in these moments. But certainly we need to partner with those who are in the field, who are doing the research and who can communicate this information in the most responsible way possible, whether you're talking about health educators, healthcare providers, researchers, civil society, and journalism. And so along those lines, one of the things that we've really tried to do is build those partnerships and listen to ensure that we are providing as much value add as possible. So whether it's providing tools and training to journalists on how to better understand the questions that people are asking, to be able to have tools for verification, to identify misinformation, and to be able to provide fact checking, whether it's surfacing fact checks on our products so that the content that journalists and educators are providing is shown and rises above the kind of morass of misinformation that we see. We also want to make sure that we can provide and support resources to enable that information sharing. So for example, we've created a $1.5 million fund to support a vaccine media hub that will work in multiple languages around the world. And also understanding users and taking that data-centric approach that Andrew mentioned in the opening video. We want to make sure that we, as a field in technology, as well as more broadly, understand what types of content at which moments are most effective in resonating a correct information to people. It's all well and good if we have the information, but if we're not communicating it in a way and in a place that people can receive it, we're not doing our job. And so that's one of the things that we really want to work on, and in collaboration with researchers as well as the broader community. And then finally, as one last point, I think that a lot of the things that we've discussed at this moment have been really focused on when people have already sought information. But I think one of the things that we've seen throughout this pandemic is the need and the increased need for media literacy. At the end of the day, people still trust their families, their friends. They may not proactively go and seek information. And if they do seek information, are they actually looking at the source? I think we need to really address that point and understand that when people are sharing information or misinformation, a lot of times it is not coming from a negative or a bad place. It's coming from a place of care. And so what we need to do through our collaborations, through our partnerships, is to really work with individuals and users to try to bridge that gap and make sure that when people are sharing information, it does come from that very, very, kind of warm and fuzzy place, but that it also has rigor behind it. And so again, I'd like to really very much thank everyone who has participated in this conference. It is significant that on a Friday that we have so many people who are participating, and really looking forward to continuing the conversation and the partnership across all these sectors. So thank you very much.
Many thanks, Irene Jay Liu from Google. And indeed, your perspective was extremely interesting to see that although you are user-centric focus, as you said, and you are paying a lot of attention to high quality information, you are also very conscious about the link that those platforms are building between people. And as you rightly said, I mean, this pandemic is also characterized by a lot of feeling of being isolation, and bringing people together is really added value. But you also highlighted how partnerships are important. And I fully agree with you. I think no one can deal with this infodemic alone, and we really need to be on board. And your suggestion to increase media literacy is well taken. And I think another speaker later on the UN engagement will also talk about it. So today, up to now, we have heard, the feedback from the health track, the community track, the media and journalism track, and the digital company track. And so we have already quite a good overview of all the challenges, but also all the solutions that have been provided so far.